Alrighty, YouTube, we're doing a Maytag little troubleshooting Maytag video. It's a Maytag Centennial. It's a hard one, for me at least. Model number is M as in Michael, V as in Victor, W as in World, C as in Carter, 400X X-ray, W World 2. That's the model number. MVWC400XW2. Take a look. It's got the small agitator. It's not the normal size agitator that comes, all the way up to here. It's pretty low. Anyway, problem with this was we'd start it, we'd put it on regular or whatever, press the start button, it would start filling up, it'd sense, then it'd start filling up, and then when it'd go to start agitating, it wouldn't work. So I did some figuring out. On the inside of this washer, on the inside, there's a manual for it. It's in a plastic bag. It's taped to the inside of the front, like right about here. It's taped in there, so you can just rip it out if you want to do this. It's just a service tech manual. Tells you how to test stuff, how to run the test. Basically, 3 times right, or left rather. Okay, now it's getting ready for testing mode. I'll tell you how to do that again. It's 3 times left to clear everything. Then it's 3 times right. It's like click, 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 and then a left turn, click, and then a right turn, click. That'll initiate these lights. If you don't do it within 7 seconds, it won't work. So you got to go left, 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 right, 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 left, right. Done. And this will start doing this. Now, in order to go to the next step, you have to choose whether it's an automatic test mode or a manual test mode. I suggest the manual test mode. The automatic, it'll run its whole thing through everything, and then you have to read the numbers each blinks to tell you whether it ran right or not. It's pretty difficult. So I choose to do the manual test mode, which is, if you look right, in your book, this is page 4, it says that the spin and done light have to be on. So I turn this to choose that option. There. That's the spin light on and the done light on. Now that will put in for manual test mode. So I press play, which I won't do, but if I press play, actually I will do it. Now it's in manual test mode. All the lights are clear. So if I press it again, all the lights cleared off is for testing the lock. So if I press it again, the red light will come on, you'll hear a click, and it'll initiate the lock. Ready? Lock works. That's how you test your lock, to see if it's screwed up or not. And then you replace it. If that light turns on and there's no click, something would happen here. So I press it again to unlock it. Change the options. Wash and rinse is for something. Let's see. Wash and rinse option doesn't do anything actually. So I would have to go back to lid lock, which is nothing on. Lid lock, then wash and rinse. Those 3 on. The lid lock on, you have to do that first. That's only for heavy agitation, gentle agitation, and high spin and low spin. Anything to do with the inside. The lid lock has to be on. So I turn that on. Excuse me. Got the wash and rinse light on. That's the test for heavy agitation. I won't do it because my problem is that this part right here, which is called the shifter actuator, I believe. it's a $50 part, is messed up. So I'm gonna shut this off. It's still in test mode, but anyway, I'll press this for 3 seconds to cancel out of test mode. 1, 2, 3. Unlocked it, now it's out of test mode. See, I could turn this, nothing happens because it's not in testing mode. But anyway, I came across this being broken because I took my voltmeter, you know, a little electrical thing you test voltage, and ran a series of testing. In the book it'll tell you how to test if this board is fried. It might be different for each washer, but for me it was testing these right here for continuity. So I did that. It was good. I know my board's good. Next test was something else, and then I ended up going to this wire right here, I believe it was. No, you know what? It was this one right here, the bigger one. I had to test that, and when I tested it here, I was getting some weird readings. It wasn't what the voltage was supposed to be. So, like, I took this plug off. The voltage in the board was good. Plugged it back in, followed this wire down all the way underneath the washer, and the next test was unplugging it from this part, unplugging it from underneath, and testing the wire to see if there was a short in the wire. There wasn't. It was still good. Voltage was still there. So next, I knew that this was the possibility, because I tested it up here, middle, and then like all the way down at the bottom, and it was always good until it got to this point. There was no continuity when I plugged it in and tested it. It wasn't working right. So I thought that maybe it was this $50 part. We'll see if it works. Excuse me. And hopefully we can have our washer back working again. What happened was, when we started it, it would sense the wash light would come on, it'd fill up, and then the lid lock would just flash like something was wrong. I sort of thought it was probably a lid lock problem, but obviously the lid lock works. So next I'm going to put this in and see what happens. Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty, unfortunately my girlfriend took my truck, and my magnetic flashlight was in the truck. So let's see if I can set this friggin' flashlight up. Okay, I believe you'll need to remove this screw here, and then there's another green screw on the back side right here. 2 screws. Undo that. First you unhook. First you unhook the power. Then you unhook here. Then your 2 screws. And we'll get at that. Make sure you take this off. You know where this position of the thing is right here. This is your shifter. It shifts your washer into spin and all that other crap. Low spin, agitation, all that stuff. It shifts it into the different positions that it needs to be in. Second screw. carefully pull it out. Comes straight out, pretty much. Yeah, tilt it a little bit, turn it, tilt it. It's not much. Alrighty, I gotta substitute pieces behind the camera stand here. Oh. Hopefully you can see. Alrighty, fish this little tab up into that slot, and then this little rectangle part up into the bottom of the steel base there, whatever the hell it is. Pretty sure it's steel. Alright, looks like we're where we're supposed to be. Let's get a screw. Yeah, my girlfriend just ran to the grocery store, so and to take the recycling to town. So I figured I'd do this. So maybe she'd stop bitching at me so much. Not that I mind it, but whatever. Ugh, doesn't really bother me, I guess. Then we don't have to go to the laundromat, I guess, too. That's always a pain in the ass. Spend a lot of quarters. Alright, I would just say snug. I wouldn't over tighten it. You'd probably break this plastic, I don't know. This outside one you can do a little tighter. There's a metal ring around it and inside of it. This other one I think is just plastic. So I'll just give it a nice little finger snug. 2-finger snug, 3-finger snug. Alright, then we'll plug this back in. If I'm even plugging the damn thing in right. It's probably not the right way. Nope. Figures. Alrighty, plugged in. Oh. Alright, we'll be back with after we get it set up and everything. Alright, we're putting it back on. Back on. It's not too difficult to figure out how to put this back on. You just a couple screws here, a couple screws there. Just make sure it's unplugged before you try doing any testing. You do it while it's plugged in. You're bound to short out your main board, your washer main board, which is like your computer, it's like your motherboard for your washer. These newer ones a little more complicated. They got computer crap in them, so shit can go out, stuff can break. A lot more stuff can break. I don't know how the hell we managed to have. I guess there's one there. Let's put extra screws. Oops. Yeah, I doubt they're important anyway. I don't see where they could have came from. Alrighty, we'll get back after we get the water and everything hooked up. You also want to make sure you level your washer out too. There's self-leveling feet. Well, not self-leveling, I guess. There's feet in the bottom four corners, and you got to use an Allen wrench to unlock it. It's in the center of the foot. It's like a separate. It's like a double bolt system. You can spin the foot to lower, higher in it, all that stuff. Do it until you got to run a level across here, and then across here, and here. There will go, it'll measure this way, or level this way. Here is for going this way. Level it out. Make sure your hose isn't higher than, I think, 39 inches. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 39. But I want to give her a go. Just double checking stuff here. I'll put you down. I'm just making sure my water lines aren't kinked. I tried pushing it up against as far as I could. I don't want to kink the hoses. I'm about to push the limit there. Just back it off just a hair. Alright. Let's get some laundry. I guess you guys don't need to see this. I'll be back. Okay, here's a true test. We got a load of whites in there. And you got to make sure with these kind of high efficiency washers, you can't cover that up. You got to sort of pile. It's kind of weird. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but you got to pile up the laundry up the sides. Stupid. I don't know. And you got to pour the soap right there. But I guess you're not supposed to cover it up. You're supposed to loosely pack it. It's not like your normal washer. Wish this damn thing was running. except for it was loud as hell. Another thing, you got to make sure you use HE soap, detergent. You can't go and use regular soap, regular detergent rather. That's not good for it. Oh, and you're supposed to put the soap on the thing before you put the clothes in, but I'll just manage. Go around on the thing right there. Something like that. Just read the instructions on your HE. See right there in the underneath the power, underneath the ER. That's a washing machine with an HE next to it. This is high efficiency soap, detergent rather. There's a setting for fabric softener if you want it. You're supposed to use it with a Downy ball. Plop it in there in the center, I guess. And you got to make sure your fabric softener setting is on. So now we've got that. It's a nice small load. We'll give it a go. Let's see. Alrighty. We'll go with warm because it's some whites. Deep clean off. Fabric softener off. Doesn't work. Don't worry about it. Extra rinse off. And normal setting and light is what I'm going to go with. We'll see what happens. Come on. Right now it is sensing the lid locked. I'll try and be quiet and let you listen to the noises. Those couple clicks was a lock engaging and disengaging, I guess. That's a sensing. Should do that 1 or 2 more times. The lock went off. It'll go back on. Normally it takes about up to 3 minutes to start this washer, due to all the sensing and all that crap. I think my girlfriend's mom didn't like this washer because of that, and it was so quiet you never knew when it was done. Whereas these honkers, they'd go clunk, and you know the damn thing was done. You know, when the spin cycle finished. Alright. Still sensing. Let's see. Come on. Oh crap. I guess it would help if I turned the damn water on. Friggin' idiot. That's probably not gonna help. Shit. Of course I'd forget that. Probably just shot the water, whatever the hell you call them. Cold valve and hot valve, but it doesn't sound like it's filling up. Now it'll sense. I'll take the off of here just in case that's too loud. Now it'll just keep sensing. It knows how much laundry's in the machine, so it uses only so much water. Whereas the older machines, they would be on a timer. They would fill up for 2 minutes because it took 2 minutes to fill these up to a certain level. And then it'd shut off. Same with the spin cycle. It would just spin for a certain amount of time, even if it was a light load of, say, I know you wouldn't wash silks in here, but say they were really thin material, it would still spin for the same amount of time as it would for 5 pairs of jeans, 2 sweatshirts, and it wouldn't be efficient. So this one spins till it thinks it's dry. And I think these also leave the clothes a little wet because they're not on a they're on a timer, so to speak, but there's also a drain and spin setting on here, so you can always spin them again. It's sort of, I guess, their high efficiency part of the damn washer. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But it seems to be working. It hasn't, the last time it did not fill, it did not go this long. About 30 seconds in, it would just click, shut off, and it'd just be blinking red, blinking red, blinking red, and then you'd have to unplug it to reset it. It's big pain in the butt. So far it seems like it's working. We'll know right when it starts agitating. It seems like it's a lot of water going. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Hope nothing's, I don't see any water on the ground. Alright, there you go. Come on, come on. Start agitating. And we're back to a working washer, people. So that's how you fix your washer. I troubleshooted all the way down to figuring out that it was the shifter actuator problem. And by doing that, I ran my tests. I can run everything from, in my manual test, I can run everything from the lid lock test, the cold valve test, the hot valve test, drain test. It'll, you know, once you press the play button and you set the settings to the right settings, these numbers inside the boxes are relevant to the automatic test, I believe. Or, I don't know. For the manual side, I didn't really take relevance, or didn't really take notice to these numbers. I just took notice to the grayness, meaning if there's a gray spot over the done, a gray spot over the spin, and a gray spot over the rinse, that means that those lights should be lit up on the washer. And then you press play, and then it'll initiate that test for that particular item, whether it be drain, cold valve, hot valve, low spin, high spin, gentle agitation, high agitation. There's a bunch of different ones to test it for, and it's a lot easier going through the manual test mode because you can test each one and find out if it works. The cold valve will buzz if you test it. Same with the hot valve, it'll buzz. You can feel it, just a little buzzing to it. You can sort of hear it if you're quiet enough. The drain, it'll actually spit out water, then you press play again, it'll stop, and then change it to, you know, whatever on any of these. And I just went through this, read it carefully, and I read it over again and read it over again, and figured out, you know, you could start at the main board. That'll be your easiest part, and then you test every single other item, and you'll figure out what's wrong with your washer, people. Right now mine's still going. $55 part, or 51.20 or so. Yeah, it was about 52 bucks, and I got it from, I got ordered online from appliancepartspros.com. They're priced pretty decent. I think they were about the lowest ones that I came across. Plus, I've ordered from these people before for it was a part on this washer. Underneath there's a plastic piece. It's like a gear, and it would spin the spin cycle, and that gear, the teeth broke off on it. So I bought a new one, put it in there. It worked. It worked great for about a month. I think she was overfilling it, if I'm not mistaken. She was overworking it. So now we've got this one back. That's awesome. So awesome. She's gonna be happy. I got some. Oh, look at those. Those are gonna be tasty. I think these are Ghost mixed with oh man, I can't remember. They're a hybrid or cross mix or whatever. These are really hot. Don't remember what. But I cut them up, put them in with some chicken, make some jerk chicken. Oh, it's good stuff. Next project, this main board. Right behind this, there's a main board, just like on the washer. This main board went out. Problem here. This will be my next video. I'll do a video on this for you guys as well. The oven was turning on by itself and going so high, like over 500 degrees. It was getting hot as hell. And the button wouldn't shut it. It wouldn't shut it off. You shut it off, turn it back up. It'd turn itself back on. So we had to unplug it. Figured out it was the main board that is out. 170 bucks, I believe. So yeah, that'll be the next video, people. I hope this is helpful, and I did not come across any videos that were very helpful on this particular brand and model, so I hope this helps somebody. Have a good day.